Europe's car industry has long been a global powerhouse. German, French, and Italian factories are making millions of vehicles annually. In fact, European manufacturers still supply about 75% of the market. But now something strange is happening. In early 2025, Europe's auto market was already struggling. New registrations dropped 1.9% in first half of 2025, even as global sales grew. Even worse, European car prices rose 6 to 9% just this year. Buyers are now paying more and getting less. What's going on? Well, the answer lies east. Chinese EV makers have poured into Europe at breakneck speed, undercutting local brands on price and matching them on technology. The Europe now reports Chinese brands account for about 10% of its market, up from under 1% in 2019, and could hit 20% by 2026. These cars often cost 23% less than comparable German or French models. Take BYD's Dolphin Surf, a compact EV starting around €19,500, undercutting many Western offerings. In just the first half of 2025, BYD's sales exploded 250%, and the company is quickly becoming Europe's fastest-growing auto brand. Industry data show Chinese marques nearly doubled their market share to 5.1% in the first half of 2025. Other newcomers like MG and Xpeng are surging too. For example, MG's registrations in Europe jumped 59% in August 2025. Vaulting it into the Europe's top 10 sellers. In 2021, about 9% of EVs sold in Europe were made in China, but in 2024, that number has gone up to 30%. That's a 21% jump in just 3 years. How did this happen so fast? And why is this surge happening now? You see, China's EV makers have homegrown advantages. Massive scale, state support, and intense competition that drives prices down. Now, with China producing far more EVs than its own buyers in China need, Europe has become the obvious export target. Chinese companies showcase their newest cars at major auto shows. By mid-2025, 100 Chinese exhibitors crowded into the Munich Motor Show, flaunting high-tech EVs and making clear they are in Europe to stay. Their pitch is simple: fancy features for a lot less money. An industry expert put it bluntly. What has changed in 5 years is that, at a lower price, the Chinese are now on par in terms of technology and quality in many respects. This isn't empty hype. A Deloitte study found Chinese firms excel in battery tech, infotainment, and driver assist features. For example, BYD's cars offer long ranges and advanced driver cameras at a fraction of European rivals' cost. Meanwhile, traditional automakers have been burning cash on EV projects and passing those costs to buyers. The result? Consumers can grab a fully equipped Chinese EV for what a basic European model used to cost. Behind the scenes, Europe is scrambling to respond, and as a result, European Commission launched an anti-subsidy probe and slapped heavy tariffs on imports from China, ranging from about 8% to 45%. But Chinese makers have countered cleverly. They've flooded the market with plug-in hybrids that use Chinese-built tech but dodge the new EV tariffs. But it gets far worse for Europe car makers. BYD's built a new Hungarian plant that will make the Dolphin Surf for Europe. Once these cars are made in Hungary, tariffs and transport costs drop. But things get even more chaotic from here. Experts estimate that Chinese EVs, with their ultra-low pricing, could reach up to 20% of the entire European market by next year. And well, that prospect has raised tensions. Beijing responded with its own probes into EU exports, and Washington slapped 100% tariffs on Chinese EVs, pushing even more focus to Europe. Porsche got hit with hefty charges, and Volkswagen projects up to €5 billion in tariff losses this year. So, is Europe's auto industry finished? Not necessarily overnight, but the warning lights are flashing. Europe's leaders have been slow to pivot. While Brussels pushes green targets, a growing chorus, even from Mercedes CEO, warns of disaster. Ola famously said, "Without a realistic plan, we are heading full speed against a wall." In other words, if governments force a rapid EV-only regime before demand is there, some fear sales and profits will crash, ironically undermining the very goal of cleaner transport. European automakers are trying to catch up. Volkswagen is unveiling more affordable EVs and even named a new model, ID Polo, playing on its beloved compact car brand to win price-conscious buyers. European car makers basically hope brand loyalty and engineering reputation can buy time. Yet, Chinese companies aren't slowing down. They have the capital to invest and eyes on every nook of the market. Even Ferrari struggled to sell its first EV, showing how hard the transition is for established brands. At the same time, China told its EV makers to keep prices steady to avoid chaos, which could make life even tougher for pricey European cars. The big takeaway is that Europe's car market is at danger, but the choices made now will decide if it stays on top. Will Europe support innovation and protect brands? Or will cheaper Chinese EVs capture enough of Europe's heart to force a major industry shakeup? Let me know what you think. One thing is certain, the old rules of the game are changing. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this, and in the meantime, check out this video.